welcome back to BSLIVE. In this episode, I want to talk about typography and AI with the aid of Blender. So, a few months ago, someone posted on Reddit this kind of very interesting, kind of like graphic design, typography text made of objects. Okay, it's using Stable Diffusion AI. So basically, the technique is like you started with some kind of mask, or this is actually can be a depth map, like from 3D objects, but in this case it's like just like black and white mask, and then somehow it turns into something else like gears, like skeleton, based on your prompt. And the technique here is basically using this depth model that's actually with Stable Diffusion 2.0, I believe, and then use it with image to image. So with the depth and image to image and a simple prompt, you're gonna get you can get this type of typography. And then not long later, of course, there's this one also on Reddit. This one is by, I believe, by Hanmaru, yeah, I think he did it. And it's like a Chinese character, but redrawn as elements. So the character represents some kind of element. So in this case, maybe this is like, what is this? Flower? This one, ice or water. And what is this? Fruits. I don't know. I'm not very good with this alphabet. But yeah, it's a depth to image character generator basically. So yeah, today I also want to talk about this one. Amigurumi is the like Japanese art of crocheting, and it's another kind of strange word, right? It's you probably familiar with kimono or origami even, but amigurumi might sound strange and it's a little bit harder to remember, but it's a very interesting art, and you can actually specify this into AI as well. Okay, so yeah, we can use this inside Blender. This is what I've been trying. So you need to use Stable Diffusion 2 depth model. Okay, so that's the secret. If you are doing this yourself, make sure you have this Stable Diffusion 2 depth model, which is this one, 512 depth EMA checkpoint. There's also the Safe Tensor version, and you just load it. I think yeah, the one I'm using inside Blender using Dream Textures is this model that comes with the add-on itself. So with the depth model, of course, you need to use depth or depth map. I believe this one will actually work as well, but in this case I'm using color and depth map. Let's try with the depth map, and then in this case we say photograph of skeleton. I think we should, if you are using a different method like using web UI, automatic 1111, you can just use color. In this case, I started with the 3D objects and I just do a render, and I'm using the depth map, pass into the invert, normalize, and map the range, goes into the composite. You can probably use alpha channel as well. It should work. If I'm using just the depth, I think this might actually fail. We need to use color and depth just for it to work. If you're using your own setup, just the color should actually work, because it's using image to image. It's not using any depth whatsoever. Yeah, color and depth map, and just pass in your image of the text. Let me show you. this depth. There you go. So it's looking like this. It's the depth map of the 3D objects. It's similar to the 3D depths that we are using inside Blender, and with Dream Texture you can actually bake and reproject into the 3D objects. But if you are, even if you are just using like a 2D alpha, it will actually work. Let me try to adjust this. So I make the white a little bit stronger. And let's get this viewer node, save as fire text 2. So source image, open fire text. Okay. Color and depth map. Okay, and then this is also fire text 2 or fire text 1. And from here, just do just hit generate. The same technique can be used with Draw Things AI app. So in this case, I'm actually using this keyword amigurumi, a photograph of amigurumi arranged in shapes. We can actually say maybe amigurumi of monkeys arranged in a shape. Or yeah, just try that and just render. It should take like few seconds, maybe 30 seconds. It seems a little bit long, but we're gonna come back to that. This one doing the fire? Oh, doing the skeleton. Okay, this also, it might take a while. Oh yeah, it's creating our skeleton. Maybe you can say bananas and then just generate again. So the noise strength is set to 1 and we are doing image to image. So I'm actually doing a render as well here at the moment in the background. Maybe I shouldn't do this, but I will do it anyway. So I'm creating another stable diffusion web UI. So I already have this running. I will have another one. Just really pushing the machine. It should work. So if you are just using Blender with a Dream Texture add-on, it should work. Yeah, it's still processing. It takes a while. Is it finished? Ah, okay. Bananas shapes into this. Let's try poo. Okay, let's say just poops. Photographs of poops and generate. At some point I tried fire as well, but I only get this like wood. The fire is missing. If this one worked, however, but it's looking like woods that's being burned. So maybe my setup is not completely correct. But if you are using, okay, this is the crochet amigurumi, because I specify monkey, it's actually trying to draw monkey as well on top of this. It might work, I don't know. But if we are doing it properly with our own setup, this is the most correct process. So you're using image to image, and you're using the depth. Where is it? Okay, we need to use the depth model that I just downloaded earlier. 512 depth EMA checkpoint. Just drop it into Stable Diffusion model, and then refresh. We don't need to use this VAE, that's for coloring. Let's use the 512 depth EMA checkpoint, and okay, we say photograph of coins arranged in shape. Alright, says error. Why? Okay. Anyhow, let's drop our image from the desktop. On a Mac, sometimes you cannot open PNG, but you can actually drag and drop it, which is weird. It's doing the conversion on the fly. So we have this we're gonna say 512 by 512, denoising strength set to 1 or just 0.99. I believe this will work. So it's doing its thing, looking at the map and then trying to create photographs of coins. Sampling method, maybe DPM plus 2M is better. Coins? Yes, that doesn't look like coins. Ugly. Negative. What is this? It says error. Photograph of clouds. Okay, generate. Our Crochet actually works, the one with monkey. Let's say colorful of virus in pie. Viruses. Photograph of colorful amigurumi of viruses arranged in shape based on the depth map. Okay, yeah, let's see how this one goes. Where's this one? Oh yeah, photograph of poops doesn't seems to work. Cigarette. I have a feeling because it's using the last image, so we have to actually reload it. Source image should be this fire. Color and depth map. Generate again. So you can make interesting typography, but the idea, of course, this is your setup with a camera, right? And you compose the image. It doesn't need to be 3D, but in this case it's 3D anyway. You can say because you're working in 3D environment, you can arrange it into anything. I think we can actually try just add the donut as well. And the monkey. one's generating some kind of poo. This one's still working on the crochet. This guy over here. Okay, the fire. Yeah, like I said, sometimes it's just looking like a wood. I kind of wondering why. Maybe one of my setup is not correct. Oh, it's a cloud. I set up the denoising string. Let's just make it 1. Okay, this is the depth map. Ugly, worst quality, blurry photograph of clouds. Okay, generate again. Okay, it does work. In this case, it's like it's looking a little bit like a cigarette. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Let's try this render image. So I render it, and then it's looking at the depth, and we get this something that's looking like a mask. So now we can say, okay, let's create another image editor and then just look at the new rendered image, render result, image, save as. So we have this image that's our rendered, and this is the one that's processed by AI. So our model inside Dream Texture is Stable Diffusion's 2 depths model, and then we're gonna get, let's try photograph of donuts, and let's just open up our image to image, source image, open image. Image open. Okay, open image and color them, and then hits generate. Oh, colorful crochet seems to be working. Yeah. Sometimes you just want the one with a plain background, but occasionally you get this crochet as well in the background. So this is kind of neat. So yeah, maybe do one more. Blendy. It's doing a render. Okay. I have a feeling that it's using the depth. But I'm not using it the right way. I might need to invert it or something. So in this case, yeah, it's doing its thing, but maybe the resolution is not exactly correct. It says photograph of donuts. We wrote water here. It's becoming a little bit more like a doodle, but it's still kind of interesting, right? Let's try this. Blendy, save as, text number 3. Create a new one. Get the depth map from files, okay, it's a dev map. Let's do it again. Blendy. So get our fire text number 3 and then open up Blendy, hit generate. Okay, this one tries to create a, yeah, I think it's starting to get there. It's not really doing its thing. I think it's a little bit better. I don't know. Cheese. I think cheese, meats should work a little bit better. It doesn't have to be photograph. Maybe this could be randomized a little bit further. I'm kind of wondering if we use Control Net and the dev mode, maybe that will work as well. So we are not using Control Net at the moment. It's using the dev model of 2.0. But what if we enable the Control Net? So we're gonna drag and drop our dev model. Blendy. And then we don't use preprocessor because it's already a dev. You can try using Canny. It's gonna give interesting result as well. This one we will use SD 1.5 model, and this one will use realism. Which one is really good? Okay, fantastic, maybe cheese and sausage. Usually, let's try like this. Ugly, worse quality, blurry, low quality, and then yeah, it's trying its best. Still not perfect. Okay, this one's a little bit better. What did we write? Photographs of donuts. This seems to be working. How about photograph of sushi, sashimi? You can also use like spaghetti or something. It tries its best, and we are only using one of the seed. Try making 100 and see if you're getting it. Yeah, the crochet seems to be working, and also the resolutions will kind of matters in this case. We are only using 512 by 512, maybe goes up 1024 by, or yeah, just go a little bit higher with resolutions. You might get lucky, but yeah, this is the kind of like a basic graphic design kind of typography creation. It's doing the blendy. Why is this one fire? Okay, I made a mistake. I should just get rid of this image to image and only using control net dev. So we have like image of sushi here being generated using AI. All right, so you got the idea. So basically you start with some kind of mask or depth, and then you use the image to image, or sausage and cheese, and then you hit generate, and you're gonna get result. So noise strength needs, maybe I should make this to 1, close to 1, and just do one more time. And you can see here like the depth, we can use the depth and then reproject it into this guy. Oh, actually, yeah, I made a mistake. Okay, if you want to reproject into this guy, you go to edit mode and then do the projection. Okay, in this case what we are doing is really just on this 2D image, not 3D. But if we are reprojecting this guy into this guy, it's not gonna match 100% because the shape actually changes. Okay, so it's the same technique like we do before with the project to dev, project to 3D image. And these options that I haven't used, I haven't shown in video, but there's like bake as well. If you bake this into the 3D objects with its own original UV, you can bake it from this angle and then bake it from another angle, and it's gonna try to create the 3D projections based on your prompt, in this case a sushi. But yeah, that's the idea anyway. It should work. It's becoming like slendy, but it tries to make the sushi. You can go higher with the resolutions, but you got the idea anyway. Maybe I shouldn't continue. All right, so that's pretty much it what I want to show you. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.